Folks, here's the blunt truth. You don't turn a female friend on by flirting harder. You turn her on by changing the emotional energy she feels when she's with you. Most men watching this are stuck in the same loop. You're close to her. She trusts you. She opens up. She texts you when she's bored or emotional. You're the safe guy, the listener, the one she feels comfortable with. And deep down, that's exactly what's killing any sexual tension. Let's be clear, my friend. The problem isn't that she doesn't see you. It's that she sees you too clearly, and nothing in that dynamic feels uncertain, charged, or intimate. Comfort without depth turns into neutrality, and neutrality never turns anyone on. Most guys try to escape this by talking more, joking more, or finally confessing their feelings. That usually backfires. Desire doesn't switch on through effort. It switches on when the emotional temperature changes. What if I told you that attraction doesn't need timelines or risky moves? Sometimes it only takes a few intentional minutes of presence, the right kind of curiosity, and the courage to stop performing. When that happens, the way she feels around you shifts quietly but powerfully. In this video, I'm going to show you how subtle changes in presence, attention, and authenticity can turn a familiar connection into something charged without forcing anything or crossing awkward lines. Let's get into it. Number 1. Presence is what turns her on. Folks, let us be honest. Attraction does not start with words. It starts with attention. Most men think turning a female friend on requires a move, a line, or a confession. In reality, it begins the moment she feels you are fully there with her, not half present, not distracted, not performing. Here is the situation most men live in. You sit across from her phone nearby, mind jumping between thoughts. You listen, but you are also waiting. Waiting to speak, waiting to impress, waiting to be liked. She feels that split focus immediately. Comfort stays, but desire never wakes up. Presence is different. Presence is when nothing else competes with the moment. Your eyes stay with her. Your body faces her. Your attention does not rush ahead. That level of focus is rare, and rarity creates attraction. Take Ryan, 46, and Amanda, 42. They have been friends for years. Ryan is supportive, dependable, always available. One night they meet for coffee. This time Ryan does something subtle. He silences his phone. He listens without interrupting. When Amanda speaks, he pauses before responding. The energy shifts. She slows down. She becomes more expressive. She feels seen, not entertained. That feeling is powerful. In a world full of noise, presence feels intimate. Amanda is not reacting to Ryan's words. She is responding to how grounded she feels around him. Her body relaxes. Her curiosity opens. That is where attraction quietly begins. Now, look at another moment. Jason, 51, talks with Melissa, 45, during a casual walk. Jason does not fill silence. He lets it exist. When Melissa finishes a thought, he waits, then asks one simple question about how it made her feel. Not facts, feelings. Melissa feels a subtle warmth in her chest. She feels chosen in that moment. Presence communicates something words cannot. It says, "You matter right now." That message builds trust, and trust is the doorway to desire. Without trust, attraction stays shallow. With trust, tension has space to grow. Most men sabotage presence by trying too hard. They joke constantly. They explain themselves. They rush to reassure. Presence requires restraint. You slow down. You observe. You allow her to unfold instead of pushing the moment forward. This is not about staring or intensity. It is about calm attention. When you are comfortable being still, she feels safe leaning in emotionally. Safety paired with awareness creates a subtle charge that friendship alone never reaches. Presence also shifts how you feel about yourself. When you stop chasing reactions, your nervous system settles. Your voice slows, your posture opens. She senses that regulation instantly. Men who practice presence become more confident without forcing it. They stop trying to be impressive and start being grounded. That grounded state is what many women describe as chemistry, not fireworks, not drama. Just a quiet pull that feels natural, safe, and unexpectedly intimate. It lingers long after the conversation ends and reshapes how she remembers you. Ask yourself this, my friend. When you are with her, are you truly there, or are you trying to be something? One creates connection, the other keeps you stuck. If this sounds familiar, write this in the comments. I am present now. Stay with me. What you are learning here changes how every interaction feels. Number 2. Stop impressing, start being felt. Folks, let us be honest. Most men try to impress when they should be trying to connect. They stack achievements, opinions, humor, and stories, hoping something lands. But attraction is not built by performance. It is built by impact. And impact is about how you make someone feel, not how interesting you sound. Here is the truth, my friend. Impressing keeps the focus on you. Being felt shifts the focus to her experience. The moment you stop trying to earn approval, the emotional tone changes. Pressure drops, presence rises, and something deeper has room to appear. Stoicism teaches this clearly. Epictetus said that if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. In human connection, this means releasing the need to look impressive. When you stop managing your image, you become real. Reality is what people trust. Trust is what attraction feeds on. Let us call it straight. When you try to impress, your energy is outward. You talk more than you listen. You react quickly. You fill silence. She feels the effort. Effort feels anxious. Anxiety never turns anyone on. When you stop impressing, your energy settles inward. You listen longer. You respond slower. She feels grounded around you. Being felt means your attention has weight. It is not scattered. It is not rushed. You are not waiting for your turn to speak. You are tracking tone, pauses, emotion. You respond to what is underneath the words. That tells her something powerful. You see me. Marcus Aurelius reminded us to do less but do it better. That applies here. Fewer words, clear intent, calm delivery. When your reactions are measured, your presence feels deliberate. Deliberate presence is rare. Rarity creates value. Many men confuse being felt with being emotional or vulnerable too fast. That is not the point. Being felt is not oversharing. It is attunement. You notice shifts. You acknowledge emotions without fixing them. You allow moments to breathe. Let us be clear. Impressing seeks approval. Being felt invites closeness. One pushes, the other pulls. Stoicism emphasizes self-command. Seneca wrote that the greatest obstacle to living is expectation. When you expect a reaction, your behavior tightens. When you release expectation, your behavior relaxes. That relaxed state is magnetic because it carries no demand. This is where friendship begins to change shape. When you stop performing, she stops categorizing you as safe background energy. She experiences you as present, aware, and grounded. That experience feels intimate because it is rare. Most men never make this shift. They keep talking, keep proving, keep explaining, and the connection stays flat. When you slow down and let her feel your attention instead of your effort, something subtle happens. She leans in emotionally. Curiosity wakes up. Tension appears without force. Being felt also protects your dignity. You no longer chase reactions. You respond to moments. That inner control is felt instantly. Control over self always reads as confidence. Ask yourself this, my friend. Are you trying to be impressive, or are you allowing yourself to be experienced? If this landed, write this in the comments. I let go now. Stay tuned. What follows deepens the connection without saying more. Number 3. Eye contact creates intimacy. Folks, this is one of the most overlooked signals in attraction. Eye contact is not just polite attention, it is emotional exposure. Most men avoid it or overdo it, and both mistakes kill tension. When eye contact is calm, steady, and unforced, it creates intimacy faster than words ever could. Let's be straight about this, my friend. Eye contact tells the truth before your mouth does. If your eyes are restless, darting, or defensive, she feels uncertainty. If your eyes are locked in too hard, she feels pressure. But when your gaze is relaxed and present, something different happens. She feels acknowledged, not inspected. Here is a situation many men recognize. Chris is 48, thoughtful, intelligent, and stuck in the friend zone. He spends time with Julia, 44, someone he has known for years. They talk easily, but the dynamic is flat. Chris looks away often when Julia speaks, nodding while thinking about what to say next. The connection stays safe, familiar, and neutral. One evening, something changes. Chris slows down. When Julia speaks, he looks at her fully and stays there. He does not interrupt. He does not rush to respond. He lets a few seconds pass before answering. Julia notices immediately. She pauses mid-sentence. Her voice softens. She becomes more aware of herself in the moment. That is intimacy forming. Eye contact creates a shared emotional space. When you hold it calmly, you signal confidence and interest without chasing. You are not asking for anything. You are simply present. That presence invites her to step closer emotionally. Now consider another example. Michael is 52, divorced, dating again. He meets Laura, 46, a longtime friend, for dinner. During the conversation, Michael maintains eye contact when Laura talks about something personal. When she finishes, he does not rush to respond. He smiles slightly, holds the gaze, then speaks slowly. Laura feels a subtle warmth. Not because of what he said, but because she felt seen. Most men break eye contact too quickly because they fear intensity. They laugh, look away, or fill the moment with words. That habit protects them from vulnerability, but it also blocks intimacy. When you stay present in silence, the emotional temperature rises naturally. Let's be honest here. Eye contact only works when your internal state is calm. If you are nervous or outcome-focused, she will feel it. This is not about technique, it is about comfort with stillness. There is also a rhythm to this. You do not stare endlessly. You hold, release, and return. That rhythm mirrors attraction itself. Approach, pause, return. It feels natural because it is human. Eye contact also shifts how you are perceived over time. When you consistently meet her gaze without urgency, you stop blending into the background. You become emotionally distinct. She remembers how it felt to talk to you, not just what was said. This is where friendship quietly changes shape. When eye contact deepens, conversations slow down. Pauses become meaningful. Silence stops feeling awkward. That is the doorway to sexual tension that feels safe, grounded, and real. Ask yourself this, my friend. When you look at her, are you comfortable being seen? If this resonates, write this in the comments. I hold my ground. You don't want to miss what comes next. Number 4. Silence builds sexual tension. Folks, silence is not empty. Silence is loaded. Most men rush to fill it because they are uncomfortable with stillness. They talk, explain, joke, and reassure. And in doing so, they drain the moment of tension. Sexual tension does not grow in noise. It grows in space. Let's be direct, my friend. Silence makes people feel. Words make people think. Desire lives in feeling, not in explanation. When you pause instead of performing, you allow emotion to surface. That emotion is where attraction breathes. Stoicism understood this long ago. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that the best revenge is to be unlike the one who harmed you. In connection, the best power is to be unlike the man who overreacts. Silence shows restraint. Restraint signals control. Control is attractive. Here is the psychological truth. When you stop filling gaps, the other person steps forward emotionally. The brain seeks resolution. When you do not offer it immediately, curiosity activates. Curiosity heightens awareness. Awareness sharpens sensation. Most men fear silence because they mistake it for disinterest. In reality, silence communicates confidence when your body and presence remain calm. You are not withdrawing. You are holding the moment steady. That steadiness is felt as strength. Let's be honest. Silence only works when it is grounded. If you go quiet out of fear, it feels awkward. If you go quiet out of self-command, it feels intentional. Stoicism teaches us to act from choice, not impulse. Silence chosen is power. Silence forced is weakness. Epictetus taught that we suffer not from events, but from our judgments about them. Many men judge silence as dangerous. They assume something must be done. When you drop that judgment, silence becomes a tool rather than a threat. There is a rhythm here. You speak with clarity, then you stop. You listen fully, then you pause. You allow eye contact to settle. That pause lets emotion rise without being directed. It lets tension build without being forced. Most men interrupt this process. They rush to soften moments. They fear intensity. But intensity, when held calmly, is what shifts connection from friendly to charged. Silence is the bridge. This is not about being mysterious or distant. It is about letting moments land. When you allow silence after something meaningful is said, the meaning deepens. When you allow silence after laughter, the warmth lingers. When you allow silence during eye contact, intimacy forms. Seneca wrote that the greatest obstacle to living is expectation. When you expect silence to be awkward, it becomes so. When you expect silence to carry weight, it does. Your expectation shapes the energy. Silence also reveals self-respect. You do not scramble for approval. You do not chase reactions. You allow connection to develop at its own pace. That patience signals maturity. Maturity creates safety. Safety allows desire to surface naturally. If this perspective shifts how you see connection, write this in the comments. I allow the pause. Stay with me. What you are learning here is about control, not tricks, and it compounds fast. Before we continue, my friend, if you want to deepen this work, the channel membership is where we go further. Members get access to longer breakdowns, private content, and direct guidance on building presence, confidence, and emotional discipline. If you are serious about mastering these principles, consider joining the membership. Let's keep going. Number 5. Curiosity pulls her closer. Folks, here is the truth. Curiosity is the engine that pulls a woman from comfort into connection. When curiosity is alive, her mind leans in. When it dies, everything turns polite, predictable, and flat. Most men think clarity builds closeness, so they over-explain, overshare, and over-answer. They give her the whole book on page 1, then wonder why the story loses heat. Let's call it what it is, my friend. A female friend already feels safe with you. Safety is good, but safety without curiosity becomes a brother vibe. Curiosity adds charge without forcing anything. It makes her feel like there is more to discover, more to feel, more to unlock. Picture this. Brian is 49. He has known Megan, 44, for 2 years. They grab lunch, talk about work, and trade the usual updates. One day Megan asks, "So, what's been on your mind lately?" Old Brian would dump everything, trying to sound deep, trying to impress. New Brian pauses, smiles, and says, "Honestly, I've been thinking about something that changed how I see people. I'll tell you when we have more time." Then he asks her, "What's something you wish people understood about you?" That is curiosity done right. He gives her a taste, not the whole meal. He shifts the focus from performing to exploring. Megan leaves lunch with a question mark in her head, not because Brian played games, but because he did not rush to close the loop. Now, here is the key. Curiosity is not interrogation. It is kindness in motion. It says, "I care about your inner world, not just your surface." Another example. Marcus is 52 and Erin is 46. Erin is venting about her dating life. Marcus does not jump in with advice. He leans back, listens, and asks, "What do you think you keep hoping will be different this time?" Erin goes quiet. She thinks, her voice softens. That silence is intimacy forming. You also have to remove the biggest curiosity killer distraction. Phone face up on the table, notifications buzzing, your eyes drifting, that tells her she is competing with the world. Put the phone away. Hold eye contact. Let your attention feel calm. Most men ruin this moment by filling the gap. They talk to avoid discomfort, but the discomfort is the doorway. Curiosity needs space. Ask one question, then stop. Let her answer fully. Let her feel heard. When a woman feels understood, she feels valued. And when she feels valued, she becomes more open, more warm, more emotionally available. Here is another hard truth. Curiosity also protects your frame. When you stop rushing to explain yourself, you stop chasing approval. You become selective with your attention. That subtle selectiveness feels masculine. It creates a gentle tension, the kind that makes friendship feel a little more alive. So do this. Replace small talk questions with reflective ones. Not, "What did you do today?" but "What has been inspiring you lately?" Not, "Are you okay?" but "What are you not saying out loud?" Keep it simple. Keep it sincere. Then listen like it matters. If this hits home, drop this in the comments. I stay intriguing. Stay with me. The moment you stop trying to be interesting and start being interested, your presence becomes unforgettable. Number 6. Listening is a hidden turn-on. Folks, this one sounds simple, but it is rare. Real listening is not passive. It is active restraint. Most men hear words while preparing a response. They nod, interrupt, advise, or redirect. That is not listening. That is waiting to speak. And women feel the difference immediately. Let's be honest, my friend. Being listened to is not about being agreed with. It is about being received. When a woman feels received, her nervous system relaxes. When it relaxes, her emotions open. When emotions open, attraction has space to grow. Stoicism speaks directly to this. Epictetus taught that we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we may listen twice as much as we speak. Listening is discipline. It is the ability to hold your impulse and stay present with what is unfolding. That discipline reads as strength. Here is the key shift. Listening is not silence alone. It is attunement. You track tone pauses and what is not being said. You reflect without fixing. You ask one question that goes deeper, then you stop. That pause tells her you are not managing her emotions. You are respecting them. Most men sabotage listening by trying to be helpful. They jump into problem solving. They offer advice. They try to improve the situation. But advice ends emotional exploration. When you fix too quickly, you shut the door on intimacy. Listening keeps the door open. Marcus Aurelius reminded us to be strict with ourselves and tolerant with others. In conversation, this means you manage your urge to perform and allow her experience to take center stage. When you do that, your presence becomes grounding. Grounding presence is quietly seductive because it feels safe and rare. Let's call it straight. Listening turns you from a background character into a container. A container is someone who can hold emotion without leaking anxiety. When a woman feels that containment, she speaks more freely. She reveals more. That revelation deepens the bond. Listening also changes your posture and energy. When you are not rushing to speak, your body relaxes. Your breathing slows. Your eyes stay steady. She senses that regulation and mirrors it. Two regulated nervous systems create intimacy without effort. Seneca wrote that true wisdom is being content with little. In connection, that means fewer words, more presence. When you say less, what you do say carries weight. When you listen more, what she shares becomes richer. There is another layer here. Listening communicates choice. You are choosing to give attention. You are not distracted. You are not multitasking. That choice signals value. Value creates attraction because it is selective. Most men think listening makes them invisible. The opposite is true. Listening makes you distinct. In a world where everyone talks, the man who listens stands out, not as the safe friend, but as the man who sees beneath the surface. Here is the discipline required. Do not interrupt. Do not finish her sentences. Do not validate everything reflexively. Reflect what you hear. Name the emotion. Then pause. Let her continue. That pause is where trust deepens. This is not about technique. It is about respect. When you respect her inner world, she feels respected. Respect creates safety. Safety allows desire to surface naturally. Ask yourself this, my friend. When she speaks, are you preparing a response, or are you receiving her? If this resonates, write this in the comments. I truly listen now. Don't go anywhere. When attention becomes intentional, connection stops being accidental. Number 7. Emotional safety sparks desire. Folks, this is where most men get it backwards. They think desire comes first and safety comes later. In reality, emotional safety is what allows desire to surface without resistance. When a woman feels guarded, attraction stays locked behind politeness. When she feels safe, curiosity turns into openness, and openness turns into charge. Let's be real, my friend. Emotional safety does not mean being agreeable, soft, or harmless. It means being steady, predictable in your values, not in your behavior. Calm under pressure, unthreatened by emotion. That steadiness tells her something important. She can relax here. Here's a situation that plays out all the time. Kevin is 50, thoughtful, grounded, and has been friends with Natalie, 45, for years. Natalie trusts him. She vents to him. But something always feels one-dimensional. One evening, Natalie shares a vulnerable story about a past relationship. Old Kevin would rush to reassure, fix, or minimize the pain. This time he does something different. He listens fully. He does not interrupt. He acknowledges what she felt without trying to change it. Natalie exhales. Her shoulders drop. Her voice softens. She feels emotionally held, not managed. That shift is subtle but powerful. The room feels warmer. The connection deepens. That is emotional safety in action. Now consider another moment. Mark is 48, emotionally regulated, dating again after a long marriage. He spends time with Claire, 43, a close friend. During a conversation, Claire disagrees with him strongly. Instead of defending himself or backing down, Mark stays calm. He listens, then explains his perspective without heat. No sarcasm, no withdrawal. Claire notices. She feels respected, not threatened. She realizes she can express herself fully around him without consequences. That realization changes how she feels in his presence. Desire begins to wake up because tension feels safe. Most men kill emotional safety by being reactive. They get defensive. They seek validation. They make moments about themselves. Emotional safety requires self-control. When you can hold your ground without escalating, she feels protected by your stability. Let's call it straight. Emotional safety is not about saying the right things. It is about how you respond when things are uncertain, when emotions rise, when opinions differ, when vulnerability appears. Women are wired to scan for emotional danger. If you react impulsively, she closes. If you stay grounded, she opens. Opening is where attraction lives. This also means you do not rush intimacy. You allow it to develop. You do not pressure, hint, or push. You trust that safety creates its own momentum. And when desire emerges from safety, it feels natural, not forced. Many men confuse safety with boredom. That happens only when safety lacks polarity. Safety paired with presence, curiosity, and restraint becomes magnetic. It allows her to explore desire without fear. Ask yourself this, my friend. When emotions rise, do you steady the moment or do you destabilize it? That answer determines how safe she feels around you. If this resonates, write this in the comments. I create safety. Stay tuned. When safety and awareness combine, attraction changes its shape without effort. Number 8. Authenticity beats perfect words. Folks, this is where many men overthink themselves out of attraction. They search for the right line, the perfect timing, the flawless delivery. But desire does not respond to polish. It responds to truth. When words are clean but empty, they fall flat. When words are imperfect but honest, they land. Let's be clear, my friend. Authenticity is not oversharing, and it is not confession. It is alignment. Your words, tone, and intent match. There is no hidden agenda, no performance running in the background. When that alignment is present, people feel it immediately. Stoicism speaks to this directly. Marcus Aurelius wrote that waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. In connection, that means stop trying to sound right and start being real. When you are real, your nervous system settles. When it settles, your presence becomes trustworthy. Perfect words come from fear. Fear of rejection. Fear of awkwardness. Fear of being misunderstood. That fear tightens the body and speeds up speech. She hears the tension, even if the sentence is smooth. Authentic words come from acceptance. Acceptance of outcome. Acceptance of silence. Acceptance of yourself. Let's call it straight. You do not need clever phrasing to create attraction. You need congruence. When what you say matches how you feel, there is no static. The message travels clean. Epictetus taught that if you wish to be beautiful, make beautiful choices. In conversation, a beautiful choice is honesty without pressure. It is saying less when less is true. It is admitting uncertainty without seeking reassurance. That kind of honesty feels rare because it is not trying to get anything. Most men hide behind wit or charm. They think charm protects them. It does, but it also keeps them distant. Authenticity removes the shield. It allows connection to be felt, not just observed. Here is the practical shift. Speak from the moment, not from strategy. If something feels meaningful, acknowledge it simply. If you do not know what to say, pause. Silence is more authentic than filler. When you stop manufacturing responses, your words gain weight. Seneca wrote that he who is brave is free. In connection, bravery is speaking without armor, not dramatic, not intense, just clean. Clean words create clean energy. Clean energy feels safe and intimate. Another misunderstanding is that authenticity means revealing everything. It does not. It means revealing what is true right now. Selective honesty is still honesty when it is grounded. You are not obligated to narrate your inner world. You are responsible for not pretending. When authenticity leads, your voice slows. Your eye contact steadies. Your body relaxes. Those signals communicate more than sentences ever could. She feels that you are not trying to convince her. You are inviting her to experience you. This is why authenticity beats perfect words every time. Perfect words impress the mind. Authenticity touches the nervous system. Desire lives in the nervous system. Ask yourself this, my friend. Are you choosing words to be liked, or are you letting words reflect who you are? If this resonates, write this in the comments. I speak honestly now. Stay with me. When alignment replaces performance, connection stops feeling forced and starts feeling inevitable. Number 9. 3 minutes that change everything. Folks, this is where all the pieces come together. Presence, listening, silence, curiosity, emotional safety, authenticity. On their own, each one matters. But when they stack inside a short window of time, the dynamic can shift fast. Not magically, not forcefully, but decisively. Let's be honest, my friend. Most men think attraction needs long conversations, perfect timing, or a dramatic moment. In reality, what changes everything often happens in a few focused minutes. Not because of speed, but because of intensity. Emotional intensity does not mean drama. It means depth without distraction. Here's how this looks in real life. Stephen is 50, calm, observant, and has been friends with Laura, 45, for years. They meet for a short walk after work. Stephen knows he only has a few minutes before heading out. Instead of rushing to talk, he slows down. He gives Laura his full attention. Phone away, body turned toward her. When she speaks, he listens without interrupting. That first minute matters. Laura feels the difference immediately. Stephen is not half there. He is present. In the second minute, Stephen asks one thoughtful question. Not about events, but about meaning. He asks how something she mentioned earlier actually made her feel. Then he stays quiet. Laura pauses. She thinks, she feels. That pause deepens the moment. Curiosity pulls her inward. By the third minute, something subtle has shifted. Stephen does not try to extend the moment. He does not explain himself. He simply acknowledges the connection with a calm look and says he has to go. No rush, no apology. Laura feels a quiet pull as he leaves, not because he tried to turn her on, but because he changed how the moment felt. Now consider another example. Paul is 48. He meets Emily, 42, a close friend, for coffee. The meeting is brief. Paul does not try to cover everything. He lets the conversation breathe. When Emily shares something personal, he listens, reflects one emotion back, and stays silent. When the moment peaks, he stands up, smiles, and leaves. Emily sits there afterward thinking, not about what was said, but about how present Paul felt. That memory stays with her. This is the power of 3 minutes used well. You are not trying to impress. You are not trying to escalate. You are creating a felt experience. Experiences rewrite perception faster than words ever could. Most men waste these moments by multitasking, over talking, or trying to secure certainty. They dilute the impact. Focus concentrates it. The key is intention. You enter the moment grounded. You stay present. You ask less. You listen more. You leave before energy fades. That sequence leaves an imprint. Let's be clear. This is not a trick you perform. It is a way of showing up.